Welcome to Your Energy First, the podcast where intuition meets mindset for aligned decisions in life and business. I'm your host, Emily McNaughton, here to help guide you in unlocking your unique energy and create success your way. Welcome, everyone, back to the podcast. We have a very interesting topic today. What I'm going to walk you through today is you are going to receive some guidance from your future self. Now, energy is so interesting because all energy already exists at once, right? So technically, future you already exists. Like trying to wrap our minds around how this works is don't hurt yourself. I'm not going to try to hurt myself, really understanding it all. But it's interesting because future self work came through during a client session years ago. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize this was possible. And it's really cool because if you think about all of the inner child work somebody does, or, your inner teenager or your inner 30-something-year-old, really your future self coming back to support you right here and now is not so, it doesn't make it such a far stretch. And part of what we want to think about too is when we commune with our future self, we're also communing with our own personal higher intelligence. So it's pretty wild how this works. So, the first thing that we want to do is get really comfortable and become very grounded just by feeling into your body. And feeling into your light, I set the intention I'm only connected to my light within, that which is for my highest good. And this means when you're connected to your inner light, your mind is now connected to the divine, to source energy, and everything we work with comes from there. Next, we're going to say, I set the intention for divine energy to flow through me. We're going to give you some of that good energy zhuzhing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Just kind of enjoy that for a minute. And maybe you feel like you need a little bit more of this. Maybe you feel as though you want to call in some additional grounding. There's certain energy practices I do where I naturally always feel more inclined for additional grounding. Now, keep in mind, we're following the inner light framework here. And when you run divine energy for yourself, it naturally grounds you. It naturally grounds you without you like staking your energy into earth. It's very complementary instead. So, also while we're here, we're going to set the intention. Just say, I set the intention I receive exactly what it is I need for this mini session. Just kind of allow that to be. And the way the energies are right now, there we're all getting so much clarity. Clarity in a variety of different ways. And this clarity is not just circumstantial, or it's not just for the time being. This is a permanent clarity for how we're all going to be moving forward. And part of the way we've established this clarity, one of the many things that's been involved in it, is by actually having practices where from our hearts, from our lights, we begin to realize I am in a greater way connected to myself, to all things, to the light, to all of it. And so this practice is only going to help each and every one of us heal more, expand more, and also just have an even deeper reverence for our experience, which is such a beautiful thing. Okay, after all of that, the energy is set. Yay. And taking a moment to breathe in, you're going to say, I set the intention, I connect with my future self. And I want you to think of a year or a month for how far in advance, like what version of yourself are you speaking to? And whatever number comes through to you first is the right number. There's really no right or wrong, but you get the idea. I don't want you to overthink it. So, as you feel into this, first thing we want to do is feel into your heart, feel into your body. That is our primary intuition centers, our knowing and our sensing and our feeling. And from here, I want you, if you haven't already noticed an emotion coming from this part of yourself, I want you to say, what's an emotion you would like to share with me right now? What is an emotion you would like to share with me right now? Relax and enjoy noticing that. Okay. And from your light, meaning being in alignment with yourself, I want you to ask yourself another question, higher, or excuse me, future self. I have a question. And to yourself or out loud, go ahead and ask this question. And notice what responses you begin receiving. Now, you may feel like what you're noticing back is quiet or like it's underwater, mumbling. That's okay. Let it be so. You can also go to your yes no tool and you can kind of ask yourself, your future self, these questions and questions around the question. And you just ask a question, say, now what do I really need to know about this? What do I really need to know? Oh, this is so tender of the heart. Tender meaning just really feeling it. Lots of good feelings with everything going on in the world right now. I guess it is kind of nice to know we're chatting with our future selves, right? Okay. Next, we're going to remember this divine flowing healing light that we called in earlier. We're just going to remember that it's there. Remember that it's continuing to flow, which is great. Let it flow for you. And that part's important because we really want to keep clean lines of communication and have boundaries. We don't want to get loosey goosey with our energetic communication. And if you would like to ask your future self any more questions or state something to your future self and just kind of play around with the response, you're welcome to do that. The guides are bringing in stars right now. That is very interesting. That's interesting. I have a couple of clients where they, like, their natural unique energy is like a lot of stars come in. And I guess I do see it once in a while in a group setting. I love stars. Stars are so fun. I'm all about a theme right now, and I'm like, how fun would it be to do a star party? So you just decorate in stars and glitter and sparkles, and then people get to show up as either a star, like an actual star, or like who's a star to you? Who's a star to you? Could be, somebody that you love. It could be somebody famous or somebody whose work you respect. Wouldn't that be fun? And then people have to guess who you are. All right. While some of you have been going back and forth and others feel complete, we're just going to take a moment to. There's a clearing grounding energy coming in right now. And this is happening because your energetic attunement becomes stronger every time you practice something like this. I'd be very curious to hear how this activity worked for you. You can obviously continue to communicate if you want. And part of what happens, if anyone felt like you didn't get a response or the response you wanted, I really encourage you to keep practicing and to be open. And I encourage you to, with your intuition, you either like hear sounds or sometimes not like voices, but you hear communication, you see energy with your imagination or your third eye, or you see it in real life. Or it's your knowing. Like for many of you, just knowing messages are going to come through. And then there's the sensing and the feeling. So if messages haven't quite come through the way you wanted them to yet, or you feel like you haven't heard anything, I bet you probably have. It just might be something that is so obvious and apparent to you. Potentially you're looking for something else, potentially you're not. But Be patient. This is a process, and the more you practice, the more clear it becomes. Energy work is a practice, it's a skill set we develop, and that's exactly what we did here today. It was so lovely to connect with you. Hi, hello to all of our future selves. What's up? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support. And yeah, now you have this tool in your back pocket to play with anytime you want to. If you'd like to find ways to work together, you can check out my website, emilymarie.com. Take care. Bye. Been so great to connect here. If this episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who you want to have more of these chats with. As you move throughout your day, remember, your energy is your superpower. As you pay attention to it and trust it, you can watch your entire life begin to transform.